friends, this is the Be Real Babe podcast, a place where your average babes come together to talk about life stresses, messes, and successes. A place where being yourself is the ultimate goal, where your opinion, your story, and your individual experience matters. Join me, your host B, and my guests for real and raw talks every week, laying it all out there so we can all help each other learn more, grow deeper, and evolve collectively. Now keep in mind, as a disclaimer, no one here is an expert and no one is giving any advice. This is strictly our opinions, thoughts, feelings, and for entertainment purposes only. Now with that being said, it's time. So grab your drink, grab your joint, and let's jump right in. Welcome everyone, welcome to the Be Real Babe podcast. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by the show today. I hope that you have a good time. And if you're a returning listener, watcher, supporter, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for coming back time and time again. For those that don't know me, my name is Brandy. I am the host of the show, and today you guys were on episode 240, Being Real About Halloween, with my babe Hales. I'm so excited, guys. My OG co-host is back in the studio for season 10. Of course, I had to have her come back, and today we're talking about Halloween. Now, we've got some scary stories, we've got some silly stories, we've got our opinions, what our childhoods were like with Halloween. Now, we've gone over the history of Halloween back in season 6. You could travel all the way back there, but today's episode is about right now, what's going on, and some fun Halloween stuff. But before we get into this amazing episode, if you're listening on Apple, Spotify, or Rumble, to make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, leave me a review or comments if you can. It helps me so much. If you want to find me on social media this year, you can find me on TikTok or Instagram at the Be Real Babe or the Be Real Babe podcast. And if you want to be on an episode for January, I have about 3 left. You can email me at theberealbabe@hotmail.com. Before we get on, I want to point out one more thing. My sign is out. I am so devastated, you guys. I am so upset. This has been a year since I've had my side, and now she's dead, and my heart is broken. So you're going to see that in the next coming episodes. I'm going to try and get it fixed, but if anybody knows how to fix a sign, please let me know. But anyways, that was my rant. That was my sad. I hope you like my costume. We are Kermit the Frog. And we love it. Let's get into the episode. All right, babes, it's time to get on to the show. And with me today, I have the most special guest, my OG host, Hales. Hey, babe. Welcome to season 10.
Thank you. Yo, that is the craziest thing for to hear you say, to be honest with you.
Season 10, episode 240, bro. 240.
240.
For those that maybe are new around here and that have just come, because I think your last season was season 7, full time? 6.
Yeah.
6.
I think.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, because it was...
I love it. It's funny too, because like I watch. It's not like I didn't know this, but like even just hearing you say it out loud still is just like 10.
I know, right? And I think you joined us in 3. Yeah, so we went 1 and 2.
So far, I'm that middle.
2, yeah, you're the middle child, and then you took us from 3 to 6, and then on solo 7 to now 10. Ah! I know,
dude,
it's crazy.
I love that.
Yeah.
You've been killing it though. I do love it. I love all the different, like, I love the YouTube stuff. It's so different. Yeah,
it's been
you're
fun.
killing it.
It's been fun. It's been a lot of work because, like, if we dial back to like when it was like all of us and there was 2 episodes a week, it felt like it was so much. And then I'm thinking to myself the other day, I'm like, bro, you do 3 episodes a week on your own now. Like, that's just...
I still, like, that's what I was like, not only did you, like, take on all the behind-the-scenes stuff, but, like, let's just add some more to that.
Yeah, I know. And I
love it.
I guess, too, because I've switched YouTube this year of just, like, me talking and clipping, like, a handful of pictures and stuff. Before I was, like, screen recording and trying to do all that. And I was like, I can't do this. I want YouTube to be like me just sitting in my cozy chair and just talking. Yeah, half an hour. Like, I don't want to do too short because I don't want to be a part of the like contribute to brain rot. But I also know like people sometimes the hour and a half, 2-hour podcasts are just a little bit too much with this kind of information. So like 20 minutes to 45 has been like prime time. And I can't not talk about fucking internet shit. Like, because, like, I don't know. You started that with me, right? With the internet insanity.
I love it.
People love it. Hollywood is how it started, which...
I feel like that's the best place to do it, too, is YouTube, because that's usually where all the...
people go for that shit.
Yeah, the drama comes to settle and to be brought to light. So, yeah, it's been so good. Honestly, my dad gets stuck in shorts, and there's a few times where I'm sure he's seen a few of the clips. It's actually quite funny. Hi.
I mean, we did last 2 minutes.
What do you need?
A drink.
Okay, well then go upstairs. Daddy will get you one.
Papa, he's outside busy.
Okay, well, then go ask him to come inside and be unbusy and tell him you need a drink and he'll get you one. Don't worry. If that is not the most truest mother
moment. And ladies and gentlemen, the reason why she left the show. Just
nothing.
Kidding. Just kidding. We love our little queen.
I go crazy.
Yes, but it was fun though, and I think for us it was like we had fun talking about Hollywood, and that's now spin off to this whole thing where it's like, to be honest, I like talking about Hollywood sometimes, but I'm kind of just over it. Like, I feel like there's a collective over Hollywood. Do you feel that way?
It was hard to be, because like I didn't keep up with it anymore either, and like we both fell out of like love hard with Hollywood, and like I unfollowed everyone, so yeah, it was kind of difficult to want to keep discussing it, but at the same time, we've said many times, our generation was just, that's what we were revolved around, was like the gossip, the drama of everyone else's life but our own, and like Hollywood is so huge and influential. But now that people are finding out that they're, not only are they very real people, they're all garbage people, well, most part garbage people, and like you really can't believe anything that comes out their mouth. They've lost so much value in the last year and a bit, and it's been so crazy to see. Like, I feel like their little castle has crumbled quite a bit, and I wouldn't be surprised if like it's just lost all its effect. People do care, but I feel like it's gone down the numbers for sure.
I feel like people still give that kind of shit to like music artists and stuff like that. Like, I feel like that part of, let's say, Hollywood hasn't died down, but I feel like cinematically
it's shifted to the like music industry obsession more so, but even that is becoming saturated in just like corruption, so it's hard to like enjoy that even. But
search out independence for sure.
There are a lot of like more outspoken music stars, and we've seen a lot of kickback in that sense too, so it's been nice. But in the same token, like it's the same, different feather on that wing, right? Like it's the same, they're just trying to transfer the obsession. Like, I could not have cared less about that engagement announcement. I truly, like, the fact that, like, I was off the internet almost all day. I was like, I
cannot.
I don't care. No. Like, the amount of people posting, oh my God, congratulations. Oh my God, I cried. Oh my God. I'm like, why do you care that much about someone
you don't know than your own friends and stuff?
It's
I think
not
that's
even
the
like
part
a friend
that
or family
bothers
member,
me. Exactly.
or like something. It's not someone you personally know. It's literally someone that you idolize so much. It's just crazy. Like, it's. I was just shocked. Like that. It didn't shock me because I know, but like it still shocked me because it's like,
why are we this obsessed? Like, it just feels like cults to me. That's all it feels like. Like, I just don't think, like, I think we could be happy for people. I think we could be like, oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Next. You know what I mean? Like, why are we so emotionally invested? And I think that the emotionally invested parts of celebrities have died down. But I think it's just transferred to influencers now. I feel like it's just transferred to like YouTubers and TikTokers, and all of those people now get idolized. And where before, influence were more relatable because it was like you're real life people doing real things. You're trying products that I like and da-da-da-da-da. Now it's like everyone's fucking sold.
I feel like it's lost its novelty in like the most disgusting way, because now you're hearing about the influencers that are like going to places demanding influencer discounts and like special treatment because they're an influencer, because they have 300,000 followers on their page or 1 million followers, and like they're getting treated like celebrities. And while I understand from a marketing aspect, it does make sense that you're going to like benefit somehow from like young kids coming to enjoy your stuff, or whoever the influencer is, not necessarily young kids, but it's also like really kind of that sticky slope of like child abuse and using, you know, being on the internet and being an influencer. They're getting younger and younger. It's not no more like, I used to be in the beauty community back in the day on YouTube, and like it was nice to see like regular people, people in BC, people in the States, just regular, like, I don't know, just someone's opinion that like you find that you matched, and it was good to like, I don't know, to like reassure you that like, oh, that's a good product, blah blah blah. Like I get it's just, it's melded into something so weird. The entitlement and like how young they're getting, and like child influencers that are strange, of like the inappropriate followings they get. We've talked about, like, it's just like it goes hand in hand with such a weird thing now that, like, being an influencer, like, I would shoot myself in the face if Evie ever said, like, that's what her, like, dream goal was to be an influencer. Like, I would know I failed. Like, it just, like, I can't, and that's, like, an option, like, a valid, genuine avenue to go down for a career is just kind of like,
I feel like it's great to want to be influential to people and want
to,
like,
being influential
motivate
is very
people.
different than being an influencer.
Exactly. And I think that's what it started as, right? Like people posting their journeys, and it's like amazing. And now it's so oversaturated. It's kind of like with TV. Like, remember when TV first started, there wasn't as many like commercials and everything wasn't sold. By the end of TV, that's all it was fucking ads every 30 seconds. That's what I feel like social media has now become. It's just, I don't trust influencers on what they say anymore, because like, we'll just take like Michaela Noguera, like she's paid a lot to sponsor certain stuff. So it's like, you have 7 different skincare products that you say that you love, and there's the reason why your skin is so beautiful. Well, is it all of them combined? Is it one of them? Like, I'm struggling now. That's where
it becomes so like, so like, not, it's just not genuine. Like,
it's not real.
I feel like you can't believe half of what they say, because they get paid to promote things. And like, that's where you get all like, you know, like just, it blurs a lot. Like, it's very much like the NASCAR thing, and like politicians, like they should be able, yes, they paid me to say this, yes, this, but and now you have to put like hashtag ad and like,
yes, but they don't.
All, but like
no one's coming down on it.
Or they get around it by like putting like A space D space, like, so they don't actually have to like, but
or the last hashtag like at the very end where you can't see it.
So changed and so different, and like it's smarmy. Like, it's such a like, I feel like that's like the new, what's like an old, like what back in the day, if someone said like car salesman, like it's just like
greasy.
Yeah, like it feels
MLM-y, no offense to them, but like it all feels like that, right? It's like, and I guess it's affiliate marketing, and I get it. People have to make their money, but it's just like, it makes me sad that it's like real people are now with that celebrity mentality of like, what can I sell to you? You know, they see you as an opportunity and a dollar sign versus a person, and being like, hey, I'm just a regular. Now every regular people you're questioning, because you're like, who's paying you for that? I promise I ain't getting paid for shit. That's why I have no sponsors, because I refuse to do that, because I don't have a skincare line, and I don't want to sit here and suggest it, because I don't know. And if you ever see me do that, I've been bought and paid, and I don't, you know what I mean? Like, even if I do, it's something that I'm going to want to try out. Like, I'm on the like de-influencing. Like, that's the kind of like train I'm on. It's like, just be yourself, share stuff that you naturally like. And I get, we have to have a business, but it's like separating the business from the personal, I think, is what we need to start doing with social media. I think it needs to be like 2 separate entities, and not like you are everything about your brand. You don't need
to be combined. It doesn't need to be your entire existence. No. I feel like that's the way that Hollywood has shifted, though, is it's not Hollywood, it's the influencer world. They've just like changed like the
TikTok
brand name
changed so much, man. Like,
they just
changed everything. And like, and so anyways, but going back to that, is like Hollywood, like we've used to talk about them all the time, and then now with my internet insanity segments on YouTube, I just find random shit online, and anything it's been more about like demonic people online and like nasty people like Diddy and like
there's never ending too.
It's never ending, and actually feels a little bit more aligned to like having people aware of the dangers of like online with kids and all that kind of stuff. Because Hollywood, it's like, it was so much fun. Like, we had so much fun talking about it, but then there became a point where I'm like, I generally don't give a fuck about what these people are doing anymore. No offense. Like, no offense. So that kind of molded over there. But then like keeping up with Canada was always fun for us, because we were always trying to like, what the fuck is going on with our country, right?
Keep up with literally what was going on in our country.
Yes. And now it's like, how do I do all those things that we love talking about, people love listening to, and get interviews on the podcast and get that in, because that is so crucial. So it just kind of made sense. And I was like, let me just try being a YouTuber for a little bit and doing shorter form content. Just me and my baby Mike hanging out, spitting shit, not really editing too much. And then it gives me more time to talk to really dope ass people on the podcast. And if we want to do shit like this, and I need a like quote unquote filler episode, like we can always do that. But it's a take time. Like, I don't know. It's just like such beautiful different avenues, right? And so, anyways,
nice.
It's just cool to
it's just different flavors of the same thing.
It's just cool that you've been around for the whole time. So thank you, appreciate that. Hell yeah. But Halloween, we did have a Halloween episode, and I can't even remember what number it is, to be honest with you, OC. But it was when you were on here. Maybe it was season like 5. we did a lot of cult stuff for sure, which is also scary.
Yeah,
but we did a
horrifying.
Halloween episode and like where that originated, and Christmas. I think that was your last season, season 6. And I remember talking about how Irish people would use, what was it? The potatoes, yeah, for their pumpkin carving.
The creepy, like, withered, sad little old men looking potatoes.
Yeah,
God, those are creepy.
We did talk about that. So we have talked about Halloween on the show, but today we're gonna do something different, where it's like, hey, you pick a couple things, I pick a couple things, like Halloween show and tell. And I like it because every episode I've done this with you and Holly, and every time we like kind of go in different ways, but kind of the same, which is fun. So Hales went scary today, so we're gonna do some scary with Hales, and I'm probably gonna cry even though it's bright out today and sunny. Thank God.
I love it.
And then I'm going to palletize you guys with like situations that are Halloween based, and like we're gonna riff off of what that is. But before we do that, I had a couple people reply, and I wanted to share their favorite Halloween memories. So one of my favorite ones, and it was really funny, I actually messaged him. I was like, not to be like this like white Canadian, but like, how do I explain that like you're East Indian so that this joke hits, but like someone told me that was racist to say that? Is that racist? Like, please just help me out here. Like, oh, signed, white woman, try not to be liberal but also be loving and caring at the same time and getting it right. Anyways, so preface, this is one of my East Indian, that is the proper vernacular that I'm allowed to say. He wasn't aware that that was racist, so that was good to know. But he replied saying he used to dress up for Halloween wearing a Justin name tag and walk up to white people and ask them how they like his costume. And when they'd ask what he's wearing, I said, just let them know I'm Justin Trudeau, but I'm doing brown face. He said that he missed doing that for people. And he said half the people loved it and half the people hated it. And I fucking died because I think that's hilarious.
I would have been obsessed with that. That would have been a good one.
I thought that was such a good one. And then another one was just saying, and this contrast to what like kids are like these days, but binge drinking in the cemetery with friends to the point that the ambulance crew had to come find me inside and peel me off of someone's tombstone that I barfed all over and took me to the hospital. My mom found out weeks later. She got in the ambulance bill, grade 12 in the 90s. And to follow up on that story too, he was saying how like he went to the hospital, there's free beds, you didn't have to wait in the hallway. He was back
to be a
home.
kid in the 90s.
I know, he was back home in bed before his mom even knew the next day. And it was like, we're just kind of reminiscing how like the 90s was peak and we will never go to anything else after that.
You would have been waiting for days now.
Days. Yeah. And so there was that one. And then there was another one where it was a long story, but she didn't get back to me if I could like repeat word for word. So I'm just going to verbatim. She was kind of thinking about how people dress up and how some people are like, oh, that's a child's thing. And she's like, I'm not really against dressing up. I'm kind of like whatever. But she couldn't figure out why she just didn't really like it. And then she like dawned on herself back in junior high. She was like obsessed with Jack Sparrow and like just like obsessed. So she decided to dress up like him for Halloween in junior high. And her crush literally thought she was a boy. And she just kind of never got over that. And she said that she spent all day just wanting to ditch her like real great, like well done costume for like a slutty, like want to be recognized as a girl. And she's like, I'm realizing now maybe that I've carried that trauma for so long, and maybe that's why I try to do like simple costumes now or just don't care, because like when I went all in, my crush thought I was a boy, and like but I don't want to go all full side. I think that was the alluding of the story, and that made me kind of giggle, because I bet you there are people that do have, and that kind of alludes to the stories that I have today of like people that kind of have shit that happened at Halloween that I want us to talk about. But let's start with your so thank you guys for responding. I love my audience. You guys are mostly listeners, which by the way, Hales, I'm like 400 away from hitting 20,000 probably by the time.
I saw your last numbers. I said that, I'm like, those are like creeping super close to 20,000. Dude,
so
that's
maybe
so
by the
good.
time, by the end of the year. So anyways,
Fingers
just want to say
crossed,
that,
dude.
fingers crossed. But you start us off. You hand us a scary story.
First, I remember my last trick-or-treating I ever did. I was 16 with a girlfriend, and we knew, like, we were like, fuck, we're way too old. Like, we were mortified going up to these, but I wanted candy. Hello. And I remember people driving by us and missing but they threw eggs at us because we were older and trick-or-treating, which I think is terrible.
I think it's terrible.
I would be fine with older kids trick-or-treating. What I'm not okay with is the people bringing their newborns, because that motherfucking baby ain't eating shit.
That's for you.
This is for you, and this is shameful.
Yes.
Take your baby home, and but people will not give older kids, if they want to go trick-or-treating, let them go trick-or-treating. But those infants, sorry, go fuck yourself. That's 100%. Rude.
If you're gonna dress up legitimately, what I don't like, and I guess some kids are different, but if you're putting the effort, I don't honestly care. Even if you're adults and you come to my door and you're dressed up in Halloween, I'll give you candy. I get a lot. We put our leftover that we want to have. I'm just not really that way, because also you can't always tell. Sometimes these 6-year-olds are 6 feet tall. Not saying that, but grade 6, right? So
there some of my friends' kids, I'm like, what is that? What is that? That's 100%.
Your basketball child?
What is that?
Exactly.
That looks like a grown-ass 6'2"
it's a fucking Jolly Green Giant. What is happening here? Not the Kermit.
It's crazy.
It is. And for me, too, my favorite, I will give extra if they compliment my decorations. I'm a sucker for that. That's my love language. You're going to compliment my decorations. Since I do a good job, I will, toot my own horn. I do a pretty good job.
Yeah.
I've only seen some of it here today. But I'm just what? Take the whole thing. Take the whole
I'm a creative costume extra
Yes.
giver, and if you give me some sort of trick or treat, smell my feet, or some funny,
you put it in there, you perform, you're getting the candy. I'm just gonna say that.
And then by the end of the night, I'm whoever's the last one, I'm tipping, take all my candy and get out.
I'll actually turn everything down and just put the bowl and be free serve. I'm done. I'm over this now. 40, 50 kids. I'm tapped out. And this Friday is actually, this Friday is actually Halloween on this Friday. No, let me repeat that. This Halloween is on a Friday. Is what I'm trying to say. So I'm really excited because I work from home, and then right after work I can get dressed up, and Grant's actually going to be home, and then we can hand out candy, and then we're going to have people over. So it's I'm super, which is going to be today when this launches, actually, by the way, tonight.
Fingers crossed that there is no knock on.
We're not going to say the word.
Wood.
Yeah.
The white stuff on the ground, because we had a scare this morning of some fluffies falling, and then we also had some friends south of us that had it on the ground yesterday, and I am so unmentally prepared for this. It's not even funny, but so fingers crossed that our children will not be snowsuits and Minnie Mouse dresses.
Yes, for those that listening, just so we're aware, because we're listened to across the world around here. If you, not in BC as much, but it is quite cold. It's rainy here. But in Alberta, I think it's more often than not, kids are wearing their snowsuits under their costumes.
We don't often get brown Christmas or brown Halloweens. It does happen. Last year was. It does. We've had a few in the last little bit, but it does not always happen. No. So it's either really cold or, worst case, it's slushy, and then everyone's costumes are in. But yeah, we often look like Michelin men. Bound in our costumes with our snowsuits and boots underneath, which is excellent for especially the girls that want to go out in their cute, mine upstairs, Minnie Mouse dresses, and it glows in the dark, and she's going to want to spin and see it do all that, and puffed out, it probably won't go very far. No. So I'm just hoping that, that stuff holds off until the first week of November, and we'll be good to go.
And that's why I used to offer Halloween booths for kids, especially in Alberta, and I would just do all my outdoor decorations inside in the basement and get their costumes so that they got to see their pictures and their costumes and their full costumes, because that is the reason. And here it has snowed sometimes, but it doesn't stick. Last year was really good. It was kind of perfect, and it's been so nice this fall. Knock on wood, it's been the nicest fall. It's just now starting to drop to the low 10s and stuff like that. And
so it was Friday here. This actual Friday was 20 degrees.
Yes, it was 20 degrees.
2 days later, we had the threat of the SNOW. It was honestly the biggest drop. We went from really nice fall, super cute, the changes of color, come on, to
I know, I hate it.
It's coming.
And we know
and it's okay, whoa. It pushed us to that edge. We're teetering. It's whoa. 1 more week, 2 more weeks, please.
I feel the time getting darker usually correlates to it's getting colder, but somehow it stayed nicer. So I felt the time dropping darker was more confronting this year, because I was wait, why is it dark at 6:30 now? Oh no. And then November 14th at or whatever falls back. I'm but
it's horrifying.
But I'm going to say it's about 2 months till we start getting longer days. So just keep that in mind. So 2 more months and the days start to get longer. So
we're good.
We'll get there. That's why I'm like, yay, we're going to Hawaii in November because I fucking hate November. Love October, love December, hate November, January, February. And March, I'm like, whatever. It's starting
March
to change.
is like that cusp.
Yeah.
So you start to see a little bit and you get a little bit of hope sometimes. So it's like,
yeah, I can maybe love it, but yeah, no, so there's that for everyone that's listening that they don't know. Kids here, and I'm sure there's some place in the States and obviously across the world that deal with it, but now you know.
Yeah.
Canadians don't live in igloos, but close.
Close. Fuck, might as well.
Okay, what's your first scary story?
Okay, so out of these 6, the first one was kind of like typical. I didn't like the face on the tree though. I told Brandy I was reading these. I found this like page. I was kind of sitting after Evie had gone to bed. I don't remember where Nick was, if he was on the couch or if he was gone. But I'm reading these and I had to stop, and like my imagination plays hard. I do not do scary very well. Like I do not watch horror movies on purpose. There's one that I will watch, 13 Ghosts, because I know what's going on because I've watched a million times. It's about as scary as I go, and to me it's horrifying. Like I just do not do it. No. So yeah, these ones were they're very short, but it just like, before we start,
we rebuke all evil.
Yeah, rebuke
in the name of Jesus, however that works. Like, amen. Some shit like that, please.
Bless us and protect us, please, Jesus, dear Lord.
Take the wheel.
Fuck. Okay, so this one is called The Face on the Tree. I don't like it already. Gloria and her friends, Sarah and Megan, enjoy riding their horses through the woods next to the riding stable. Many of the old-timers at the stable warn them not to pass black woods at night on horseback. The haunted woods often spook the horses, as well as the riders. One particularly beautiful afternoon, close to Halloween, the girls rode out farther than they intended. Crisp leaves crunched under the horses' hooves, and the girls spent more time than usual exploring the unused trail. The sunset faded, and they suddenly realized they had to pass black woods in the pitch darkness. I already don't like this. The horses knew the path and picked their way carefully through the wooded trail. They came to a fork in the trail. If they took the shortcut, they would go past black woods towards the stables. The horses balked and refused to turn left onto the shortcut. Let's dismount and walk them the last bit. We're almost home, Gloria said. You go, Sarah shivered. I want to take the long way home and ride to the road. We're going to get in trouble if we walk the horses on the road at night. It's too dangerous. Besides, we're almost at the stables. We just have to get through black woods, Gloria persisted. Sarah and Meg had already turned their horses towards the road. We could get hit by a car on the road in the dark, Gloria warned. Fine, Sarah fumed. I'll go by the forest. Oh my God. Nope. Fucking Sarah. Gloria urged the horse forward. As they rounded the last turn into Blackwoods, an eerie glow suddenly lit the path in front of Gloria. She urged her trembling horse forward. As she turned towards the riding stables, the glow became stronger and centered on a huge, lightning-struck oak tree. The trunk of the tree, a woman's face appeared. She glowed with a white light and her lips moved. Tell them, she whispered, tell them I'm innocent. Gloria kicked her horse, but the horse needed no urging. He flew through the woods, stopped at the stable door, trembling in fear. The next day, one of the stable owners, Tommy, stopped by while Gloria groomed her horse. Tommy had heard that Gloria had ridden through black woods after dark and so close to Halloween. As she groomed her horse, Gloria, worked up his courage and asked, Tommy, why did people say you shouldn't go into black woods at night? And he said, because of the hanging tree. And she said, the big oak. And it wasn't a statement, not a question. Gloria knew. That very one, said Tommy. The apparition's words echoed in Gloria's mind, tell them I'm innocent, she shivered. She never rode anywhere near black woods or the hanging tree ever again. Tell them I'm innocent? Like, that seriously, like, I feel like I can see, like, I'm gonna dream of some creepy woman now. The hanging tree? Why the hell wouldn't they tell them that before? Like, I don't need to know none of this. Like, this is giving me, like, the Hollows.
Yes.
The one with Johnny Depp with that creepy tree.
Yeah.
That's what this is giving. And it's not super scary. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not, like, obviously I get that. But, like, there's something about the subtly scary where it's, like, very vague, where it lets your imagination run.
Yes.
I just, like, I will think about this tonight. Like, I just cannot. I'm not good with
I will be
like,
looking for faces in trees for sure and being like, this is,
like, seriously.
this is not great. no, I'm good. So let's palate cleanse, I guess. So I went to Reddit with this one because Reddit's the best place to go. These are smaller stories. So back in 1987, when I was 7 and my 13-year-old big brother took me trick-or-treating with him and his girlfriend. We were later joined by his friends' twin brothers, who I'll leave nameless. Oh, how classy of you.
Great.
Thanks. They learned where their junior high principal lived years before and had a tradition of kicking in the faces of her meticulously carved pumpkins and slashing her tires. Like, right?
Okay, wait. Buzz Killingtons. Why the fuck would you do that?
I know. And slash tires? Like, that's so intense.
Kicking in the pumpkins is devious enough. Why the fuck would you
like
tires?
Diabolical criminals. Okay, so they made sure to wear masks in case she heard the ruckus and basically thought they were committing the perfect crime. Apparently, she had had enough and decided to get her revenge. So she purchased 2 brass, I'm guessing the metal, pumpkins, painted them to look realistic. When one of the idiots tried kicking one halfway across Arizona, the only sound made was a crunch followed by a blood-curdling scream. Several toes and bones were fractured. Even though I know I saw her curtain move, she never once came out of the house. The following Monday, the principal stood outside her office as students entered the building. When the broken brother, that's the nickname I gave him, and yes, it stuck, they still call him this to this day, crutched his way past her with a huge cast on his lower leg, she of course asked, "Oh, sweetie, what happened to you?" And she made sure to give him her brightest smile every morning after till summer vacation. Turns out she committed the perfect crime. They couldn't even tell their parents what she'd done without admitting what they'd been doing. And to add icing on the cake, she painted laughing faces, her term, on these pumpkins next year and have every year since. Anyways, thanks to everyone for taking the time to read this. I hope you enjoyed it.
10,000% that bitch is a boss. That shit, fuck you, you little pipsqueak bastards. Hell yes. Hell yes. That is the equivalent to putting cement in your mailbox and the kids hit it with a baseball bat. That shit is fucking great.
And that's exactly what happened after. It's just like a bunch of people commenting the same kind of stories of people getting revenge. But this one was fun. I was like, this is perfect because this is specifically to Halloween, right?
What a winning. That is, and that's the thing. You cannot tell your parents how you hurt yourself, because then you have to admit that you're a little piece of shit and have been slashing tires. That is a crime.
Yep.
That
is
100%.
100%.
Kicking in the faces of pumpkins is rude and
it's disrespectful,
devious and like disrespectful, but like slashing tires is a whole separate thing. So you have to go.
But that's none of my business.
Right? You have to go and fucking, you can't even tell them. I broke my foot.
I thought that was like the perfect Halloween revenge story I've ever heard.
The fact that she got to wait and watch which one of these stupid little pishers was the one fucking kicking her shit and watch him hobble up, I'm like, oh, honey, what happened? Like, oh my God.
And you know that she's probably telling the other teachers too, because she's probably been having this happen for fucking years. And so she probably doesn't have to say anything. She's probably like, so I replaced them and then they all just got to see it. I just thought that was
heavy brass pumpkins.
So if like you're experiencing, if you're experiencing something like this, here's a way to quietly serve justice without having to serve justice. I was like, this is the type of Halloween story I am into. Because
dude, I'm
people
dead.
Like, it's one thing, like, I get it, they're little kids, and like, I don't say vandalize stuff. Like, I get shit happens a little bit when you're kids, but like slashing tires, like at the end of the night, pushing it, like, I don't think it's okay, but I don't think it's like criminal, but slashing tires, that's a whole other level. Like, and people
see, like our day, we TP'd things. Egging things was still aggressive because of the way, like, it would peel paint and stick to shit pretty heavily in the winter and stuff. Like, those things are still pretty destructive, but like slashing tires, like having to buy all new tires, like, are you fucking kidding me?
I might move like a Halloween decoration, or you know what I mean, like down the street, or like maybe topple something over. That would be like the extent.
Like the tire slashing, you got what you deserve.
100%. 100%.
Sorry,
I know. I was like,
sorry.
When I was starting to go in the direction, that was the first story. I was like, well, this is the direction we're going in then.
If I was that kid's parents and I found the truth out, I would have dabbed up and high-fived that teacher.
100%.
Like, thank you.
Yeah.
Good fucking lesson. Don't be a little piece of shit. Like, how dare you?
And I'd make them repay like a set of tires if I found
especially
out.
If like, dude, especially if like this is like year after year and you're having to every year buy a new set of fucking tires.
I'd be
dude, you're lucky I'm not waiting at my door with a shotgun in your face.
110%.
Me?
Not doing it. I'm not doing it. No.
I would have shit scared you.
I love
before I would have done something so classy as to just make you break your own fucking foot in your foolishness.
And the nickname from it is still sticking for years after it says.
Yeah,
they still call it
broken brother.
Like,
Screw
could you
imagine?
brother.
You got
like,
what you deserve.
You are never gonna let that down. So
I'm so obsessed.
Not that kids listen, but if anybody vandalizes, there's some tips on how to get your revenge without getting your revenge, right? Okay, palate cleanse over. Let's get back to a scary one.
Okay, so this one is also involving kids. It's called Riding Home from the Party.
Why are kids, ghosts, and all that kind of stuff like absolutely the worst?
Okay, so this is 15-year-old Jacob, and he went into the garage to retrieve his bike to ride to a Halloween party. But he discovered the front tire was flat. Running late, he hopped on his sister's bicycle, classic, and pedaled towards his friend's house. I hope it was pink with little streamers.
And a little basket.
As he turned down the lonely side street, skirting the woods that he and his friends used to use as a shortcut through town, Jacob shrugged off the creepy feeling that someone was watching him, oh my god, as he neared the darkest part of the street and sped through as fast as he could. He arrived at the party and stayed until 10 p.m. I already don't like this story. I hate creepy shit. Feeling like you're being watched is one of my least favorite feelings.
Yep.
On the way home, Jacob considered not using the shortcut, but he needed to study for a math test and he wanted to get home as fast as possible. Fuck. He started down the narrow lane and he noticed someone was in the middle of the street. It must be some kid from the party taking a shortcut home. Jacob slowed down as he drew closer. The figure turned around. An ugly, twisted, gnarly face glowered at him. Jacob slammed on his brakes, intent on turning around when a heavy chain rattled through the air. He turned just as the chain slammed into his head, wrapping around his neck. Got you, the wicked voice boomed as Jacob felt himself falling to the ground. The macabre being stood over him with blood dripping from its lips. Thought you'd never come back this way, boy. Glad you decided to take the shortcut home. Jacob's sister's bicycle was found in the middle of the side street. Authorities determined that the killer dragged Jacob's body off the road, leaving 2 parallel lines that led straight to Jacob's body. The police discovered Jacob's body drained of all its blood only a few feet from the street. His killer was dubbed the Halloween Vampire. To this day, no one travels down that side street, especially at night. I don't like this story.
I don't, because in my own house, I run up up the stairs as fast as I can in the dark. Like, I just don't. The dark freaks me out.
And that's like being like. So I'm lucky in the sense that our backyard is like it butts someone else's backyard and neighbors and stuff. So like you'd have to run through backyards to get. So there's no forest. But I can't help but every time I'm upstairs and if Nick is not home and Evie's in bed and at night, there's something about I'm always scared I'm going to find a homeless person in my basement for some reason. Like I'm going to go downstairs and there's going to be someone just staring at me in the darkness in my fucking basement. Like they've like squatted in my basement or they just like snuck into my basement and I don't fucking know why. There's no logical reason. But I'm currently filming in my basement and there's a crack open in the door right here and the light's on. But there's something about the moving that is starting to stress me out because what if the homeless person that is in my basement comes and looks at me right now?
And this has actually happened to people.
This is where my imagination goes when I listen and watch scary things.
And this is why I just don't. Like, because those thoughts and those, like, wouldn't be in my head if I didn't read it.
Debilitating.
I'm not into it. I'm I'm the same way, except for Grant's not home and we live in townhouses. So, that, like, and we can't really hear the neighbors, but sometimes we can. And I'm always like, was that them making a noise? Is that them on their patio? Or is that someone on my patio? And
someone coming into my house.
And then the cats will like look up and I'm like, oh no. But like, are they? Yes. And then I just start panicking and I'm like, I need a bat. I need a gun.
Anytime
I have nothing.
Barks at the sliding door in our bedroom that goes to our deck in our backyard, I'm always scared it's gonna be one of those lightning scenes and there's just gonna be a person there. Like
Jason's just gonna be standing at your door.
That I just have the imagination of a 4-year-old and it's just not okay. Like I'm not equipped for scary stuff. So yeah, that I will not be going by any forests.
We're not using bikes
for the foreseeable future.
We're just gonna destroy all the bikes. We're gonna light them on fire.
Fuck all the bikes.
Because
the fact that he said, "I'm glad you decided to take the shortcut," like.
Nope. Nope.
If I felt like someone was watching me in that woods, I would have taken the 45-minute long route. You
100%.
would not. I would have been in every lit street you would have found from my house. Like,
and honestly, though, I think that is a good thing to think about just in real life, though. Like, because sometimes I'll be like, oh, I'm going to take the short route. This is taking too long. And then I'll get fucked up. And I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. I should just go for the long run. Every time, like, you know, you're trying to cut traffic and all of a sudden you go down another and all of a sudden, like, the cops have something blocked off and then you're stuck there for like 4 hours. You're like, I feel like in these circumstances, it's like the safer route is always the right route.
And always trust your gut, because like they also say too, like things like that, if you're stuck behind like a slow driver, if there's like something in your way and impeding you from doing something as fast as you want or like getting there quickly, there's a reason why. And they say that's usually your guardian angel trying to like have you avoid like a situation.
Yes. Like think of the 9/11 people that were supposed to be at the Twin Towers.
Oh, there's like it's like a video of this guy like wanting to pass this big car, and there was like something going on where he went to go like pass him, and there's this huge like wreck, or I don't remember what it was, but it like, had it been him, it could like, it was like an avalanche or like a rock slide, and like cars had been taken out, and had he been speeding past this truck, it could have been him type thing. Like simple things like that where like, no, not always, but like there's sometimes is a reason why you're being
slow down. But I just don't. It's good for your emotional, mental well-being to learn to let some of those things go, and like to say like, oh, there's, you know, something's holding me back. Like, okay, that'll do that too. I'm like, okay, what if you're 5 minutes late to work? Not that I ever am, but like, why are you stressing about it? Like, I think it's a good lesson for that. It's just being like, oh, I could just think of like, maybe it's holding me back from whatever. If I would have been 5 minutes early, maybe I would have been in the accident, or maybe I would have missed whatever it is. But like, it's a good way to just try to emotionally regulate on those little frustrations for sure too.
There's circumstances where like rushing is one thing, but like to do it all the time, and like sometimes it's just like it's that check reminder to like slow down. Breathe. Slow down.
Yes, like we're fine. Okay, well, no bikes, no forests.
No bikes and no forests.
Ever. Both of them are forests, so we're just gonna...
Like a chain?
Like, I wanted to say light the forest on fire, but don't do that.
But don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, light them on fire, but don't.
We've got enough arsonists out
there. We do, so I'm not saying doing it, but like also I'm just like, I don't want the animals to be hurt, but it sounds like bad shit happens in the forest. Okay, let's palate cleanse. Okay, so another situation, and honestly, I wanted to talk about this because I feel like you have a daughter going through this age too, where like there's that young kid age where like you get really embarrassed really easily, and that like some memories can maybe be held inappropriately. Like I think back to when I was a kid and I was like so sensitive about stuff, but this also could be like a core memory that hurt you about Halloween. So I wanted to bring this up. Exactly. Same. So am I the asshole for telling my mom it wasn't cute or funny to dress me as a hot dog instead of a princess? So this article reads, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten into discussion with my family that goes along the lines of, no, it happened like this. We can all relate. To be honest, I usually concede because my long-term memory is terrible and I'm really probably wrong. Sometimes, though, there's a memory so formative that a narrative that totally negates it cannot stand. Like this story for this Halloween horror. The question itself is pretty funny, but the story is kind of a bummer. So there's this new Target commercial going around where a little girl dresses as a hot dog, and it came on while my family was watching a scary movie. I, 20 female, am home from college from the weekend and brought my boyfriend, and my mother, 57-year-old female, decided that it would be hilarious to mention that she'd made me a hot dog costume as a kid, except for the way she told the story, it was my request. She said that all the girls wanted to be Disney princesses, but I had asked to be a hot dog, so she'd gone out of her way to make me that costume. Her version of events is very different from mine, however. This is not what happened. I said as much. What actually happened is that I wanted to be Snow White, and I had told everyone, including the teachers, that I was going to be Snow White. I was obsessed with that movie as a kid, to the point where I would actually get invested in doing chores because I was cleaning up just like Snow White, which also, like, commendable to be taking from that.
Oh,
right?
No, that poor thing.
This poor little girl. Okay, my dad and I would watch that movie all the time, and I was so excited to be Snow White for Halloween, especially because my ballet studio was doing a special princess dance for Halloween, and we'd all signed up for special princess slots, and I'd showed up early with my dad that week so I could be Snow White. There was threats involved in everything. My mother decided that she wanted to be quirky that Halloween and that Snow White was a bad role model after I got in trouble for trying to cook dinner for my family. I was about 8 and I tried to make hot dogs like she had made food for the dwarfs in the movie, and I'd made a mess. My mom surprised me on the day with this crappy hot dog suit and told me if I didn't wear it, she'd never let me watch Snow White again. She took a million pictures. The other girls teased me for months, and it was one of the most humiliating moments of my childhood. It seems like my mom put effort into changing this narrative. I told the real story, and I had mentioned that I had gone through that day pretending she was the evil queen, making me dress in rags, but the rags happened to be this garbage meat costume. She really got quiet after that, and after we left, my brother said she was crying and looking at pictures from that Halloween. I didn't want to make my mom cry, but it was an asshole memory for me, and I feel like she was trying to humiliate me all over again in front of my boyfriend. Let's see what the comments say. So another Halloween story, it's not funny because it's not funny. Thinking back of it, it's probably funny, but like when you get deeper into it, you're like, if that's real and that mom really did that, like what a cunt.
The fact that she tried to make her family hot dogs and it didn't work, so she had her dress as a fucking hot dog. And to be fair, I can almost promise you she literally said, you don't fucking wear this, you will never watch that show. Like, that is
the saddest story. And I was like, okay, so learning moment.
And then there's parents like me that have bought like 2 or 3 costumes for Evie that she has changed her mind since fucking wanting to be this. Like, she has changed her mind so many times, and I have gone through, like, I've actually purchased, this is one of them, yes, like, things that she wants to be, and then it's like, no, Mom, I want to be this, and it's like, fuck. But, like, never would I, like, I feel like you have until about 3, maybe even 2 years old to force your child to be something, and then why would you do that?
100%. And now this, like, and it's like, I get it, she doesn't want to make her mom cry, and like maybe that wasn't the avenue, but at the same time,
maybe this is a learning lesson for Mom that maybe that was a shitty decision, and like what you saw was like funny, and like whatever I don't even know how you justify that as funny.
I don't know,
like
either.
Like,
it made me really not sad because like in the hindsight, it's a smaller portion, but it just goes to show that like kids' first bullies can really be their parents, and just to be like, I don't know, understanding to a kid's imagination and cultivate that and try, like, it's not even the fact that she just wanted to be a princess. Like, girly went to stand in line. There was like a special thing for that. So like, I find that there's a lot of parents that are jealous of their kids, whether what they get, their behavior or their circumstance, that don't know how to emotionally regulate that and take it out on their kids. That's what I feel like this is.
Evie at 2 years old, actually 3, was it last year or the year? I think it was last year. I got a memory on my phone from Snapchat of Evie begging me and asking me to be Mr. Waternoose from Monsters Inc. He is the bad guy with the fucking spider 8 eyes and the big like crab legs. Like the scariest shit, that Mr. Waternoose she wanted to be. And I had to ask her so many times over the year, because I'm like, okay, if I'm actually making this, like, are you seriously, you want to be Mr. Waternoose of all you don't want to be Mike Wazowski? No, Mr. fucking here, you know what, for our viewers,
you want to be like,
show you just so you can all be
what's
aware
the kid's
of who
name?
The fuck Mr. Waternoose is.
Like, you don't want to even
that's
be
what
like,
I mean,
Bo? Like
that's so rude that like your kid, this is what my 3-year-old daughter wanted to be.
She's such a fucking character, dude. I can't wait till she's a teenager.
I will send you the video, Brandy, of her saying,
please do.
Mr. Waternoose for Halloween.
Please.
I want to be Mr. Waternoose.
Okay, do that, and I'm going to clip it and put it in the episode.
I'll be Mr. Waternoose.
For Halloween, you want to be Mr. Waternoose?
Yeah. Like donuts.
You want to be him for Halloween? Mr. Waternoose.
And it.
You want to be the big, scary crab Spider-Man. Mr. Waternoose. Say Mr. Waternoose alone is just like
impressive.
Fuck. But like, yeah, she wants to be Mr. Waternoose for Halloween. Like, and if she wanted to, I would have let her.
100%.
But like, why would you stomp on her little?
Like, this is diabolical. Like, to be a weenie. Like, then people are making fun of her and calling her a wiener and all that kind of stuff. Like, you're just setting your kid up for bullying. Like, what are you doing?
My mom almost named me BJ Brandon John, and like, I thought that was bad, but
that's a choice.
That would have stuck with me for life, but like
100%.
I can see where people say, oh, it was a hot dog, it was one time, blah, blah, blah. But, like, shitty traumas like that do stick with you.
But it's beyond that, right? It's like, it's going against your daughter's wishes. It's humiliated her. She was very excited about this. Like, there's easy wins that you can have with kids to show them that worlds can be beautiful, that it can be like, why don't you want to cultivate your child's imagination and like freedom to just be a kid for as long as fucking possible these days? You know, and this was obviously, she was 20, so this was obviously like 15 years ago. Like but it doesn't, there's still parents doing that shit these days. Like,
first
kidding,
bully
right?
is parents. That's
exactly
rude.
Right. So I was like, wow. Annette, so another lesson being in this one, it's like, okay, guys, if you're gonna have your kids, like, let them be a part of it. And I can understand finances. Like, don't get me wrong, I can understand that there's some things and like, but like this, to
some
dress
costumes
up like
are expensive, so I get it.
Yeah, but like this one, that's super cheap. Like Snow White, that's going to be just as, maybe not as cheap, but come on, you can find a cheap Snow White one for probably the same at the. I would think that the hot dog one might even be a little bit harder because it's more like niche. Like you could literally go to a fucking used clothing store and find a dress to make you look like Snow White. Like, come on.
Evie's outside the door saying, Lola, Mom's working. Come on.
Gosh, that is so cute.
Sorry for all the trouble, Mom, with my Lola. She's...
what a sweet little angel. I hope I hear that on the thing because I quite hear it.
I think it might have picked up. I hope
it does. I hope it does. That is so cute. But just meaning, like, parents, just be aware, like, something that you think is silly, understand that those kids don't understand.
Come.
They don't. They don't.
And so, like, just care. Try to be.
But they do have feelings.
They do have feelings.
They do, thank you. They do have feelings, and, like, you can't just, like, I don't know, like, that one seemed unnecessarily cruel, like we said. Like, that was a little pointed, that she screwed up. She was trying to, a bad role model, because she was trying to make her family food. Like, that's reinforcing something super, like, what if she doesn't want to cook anymore, ever? Yeah, because, like, what if you broke your daughter that way, too? Like, come on.
Yes. Like, she's trying to be providing, and now she's like, forget it, I'm not going to cook because my mom's just going to make me a hot dog the next time. Like, what's the next time I make lasagna? She's going to make me into a lasagna? Like, what the fuck?
Like, the most, like, subtle form of bullying. Like,
that's
that was,
what
like,
I thought.
Passive-aggressive bullying.
I know. Like, I was like, I don't like that one. I don't like it, but I thought, again, Halloween, lessons that we can learn.
I don't like it.
Lessons that we can learn to be better. So that's
it's
my
funny,
next
too.
One. It is funny because it's like, because people in the comments are like, it's 50-50, right? Like being like, that's validating, and also being like, don't be such a baby. But it's like, it should still be talked about. It's not like she's holding this on for the rest of her life.
If she had chose to be the hot dog and she like begged her mom to be a hot dog, that's one thing.
That is one thing. But that was not what that was. So anyways, next scary story.
She did it. Put that back, please. So the next scary one, ironically, is called Mossman and the Bully.
Okay, see, we're just vibing today.
Don't know how that worked.
I don't know, but it did. We didn't do that on purpose.
So this one, one Halloween, a group of teenage boys decided to play a prank on a school bully. I like this.
I'm into it.
They invited him to a secret initiation into a society of the forest, where the most popular high schoolers would be in attendance. They chose a spot where the ground was completely covered in moss. Oh, God. One of the boys dressed in a camouflage ghillie suit. So that's one of those, like, very, like, stringy, like, moss bush type suits.
Okay, yep.
So kind of like that.
Oh, yep. Like the people that scare.
Dog type things. Yeah, creepy. And hid in the thicket while the others dressed in black robes and hoods gathered around a makeshift altar underneath the tree canopy. I'm gonna tell you right now, you fuck with shit like that, you get stupid answers in the sense that you
what are you doing?
That's why you don't mess with Ouija boards. You leave them alone. Leave them all alone.
Leave the demon stuff alone.
You're doing something funny.
Stop.
So the bully arrived, and the ceremony began with Go, please.
Ma'am, it's story
time.
Began
with unintelligible chants. The bully looked about and decided he'd been punked. He shouted threats at the hoaxers. But just then, the boy hiding sprung up from the moss-covered ground and grabbed the bully, dragging him deep underground. The other boys assumed their friend had discovered a cave or underground opening, so they laughed and cheered him on as the bully cried out in terror. Their laughter broke off when the boy dressed in the ghillie suit came walking out of the forest. Confused, the boys turned in the direction where the moss man had dragged the bully away. The boys screamed and stumbled over each other and ran out of the woods. The bully was never seen again, and the Halloween story of the moss man was born.
I mean, like,
So
I hate
something
it,
like
but I
this
don't love
jumped
it.
out of the bush and dragged him down. Not okay.
Even bullies, like, I don't even want bullies to be dying.
Yo, could you like?
Nope. I
the
like
ghillie
moss.
suit, like you said, that is creepy. Like, if I didn't know you and someone ran towards me in a ghillie suit in like a bush setting, freak me all the way out. Yeah, catching elbows and knees, and like I'm probably not sticking around long enough for that. I'm running. No. I'm gone.
I'm gonna gouge your eye, like, kick you in the dick, and run in the opposite direction.
That's like the classic, like, you think he did it and turn around and he's like, hey guys, what are you talking? It's like, okay, whoa.
And how many times does that happen? Right? You hear stories about that all the time.
No, what an epic name, though.
I thought, yeah, that is true.
Named the Moss Man.
And all these people are like, let me lie on the moss. I'm immediately like, not anymore. Not anymore.
Dude, Moss Girl.
Yeah,
Moss
not anymore.
Girl.
Not if you're...
never mean the same thing to me ever. I can't Moss Girl now.
No. If that means that I'm... Okay, so that's all 3 stories that are having to do with forests. BT dubs.
Thank God.
For those that know, Canada's like, 70% forests?
Yeah, so we also have like Bigfoot, which we went over in that one episode. And like all the goods, like the Appalachian... Oh, but we don't have the Appalachian Mountains.
We don't.
Those
stories are... I
get stuck down those algorithm holes of them talking about the Appalachia rules and stuff.
Yes.
I'm just thankful we don't live in an honest to God Halloween nightmare, because that shit would play on my imagination. Don't look out the windows, because like I couldn't. My imagination, I would be
and the fact that people are knocking at your doors and like don't whistle at night, like
don't open windows,
don't go in the forest. Okay, done. Don't, like, get out of your car at nighttime. Done. Like, they're gonna knock at your door. What do you mean? Who? What? Oh, you can't really see that. Okay, as I'm talking about that, I have a light that is now flashing.
Flickering?
It is 100% flickering, and it will not stop. Can you see that? Can you kind of see that right there?
I can see it off the, yeah.
I feel like I almost have to turn it off. Like, it's scaring me. Like, what are you doing? I just
and
never
I've
done
like
that.
Too, is like I like little signs or little like things like that. Like I remember when I was younger, I have messed around with the Ouija boards and stuff, and I refuse to do it now. I will not touch one. I don't want to be around one.
Even talking about it, even
messing with that stuff seriously is one of those like
we're not doing it.
I don't know. Like you said, like they just is. Oh my God, the reflection is kind of creepy. It looks like a. I wish I could draw on the screen and like outline the creepy design that I can see in the chair. Also, your chair looks like a spider web. Very Halloween.
Thank you. Okay, now it's not doing it. I was like, okay, maybe that's not going to bug me, but it was. That's so creepy. Okay,
it never fails that, like, when you're talking about creepy things, something like that
Something like this happens. Okay, let's palate cleanse. Okay, so the next palate cleanse. Middle school girl is inviting almost all of the girls at school to her Halloween party, but mom got a call from the mom of the girl who wasn't invited. So this is something I think is like very common too, right? It's not just Halloween parties, but this one is Halloween parties in particular. In preschool, sometimes kids' parties mean inviting everyone in your child's class, but as kids get older and make friends, it's natural for them to decide who they do and do not want to invite at a party. Fair. In today's story, a girl who's having a party doesn't want to invite the new girl at school, but then the new girl's mom confronts the mom of the girl who's having a party. The situation gets tense. Let's see how the story plays out. My daughter Emma, 11-year-old female, is planning her Halloween party. We've invited most of the girls in her class since they're all pretty close and she's known them for many years. However, there's one girl in her class, let's call her Lily, who's also known as the class clown. She is new this year. My daughter greatly dislikes her and made it clear she doesn't want to invite her. I'm fine with that. She's in middle school and she can pick her guest list. But then I got a call from Lily's mother. Lily's mother found out about the party, I'm guessing from another parent, and reached out to me asking why her daughter wasn't invited when most of the girls from her class were. She asked me to reconsider and invite Lily to avoid making her feel left out, especially since they're new to the school. I told her that my daughter picked the guest list and she isn't close to her daughter. She reiterated that she should be invited since most of the girls are. I told her again, no. She was pretty blunt about it, though. She asked why, and I told her the truth. My daughter doesn't like your daughter, and she finds her to be annoying, that she's the class clown and disruptive, and my daughter doesn't wish to deal with her outside of school. And then I guess the mother called me a jerk, and all the parents are contacting me, some saying I'm right, some saying I'm wrong, so I want some outside opinion. It seems like Lily's mom is wrong to interfere. She's not actually helping her daughter by trying to force her on other people, but let's see what Reddit feels. I think this is a great lesson. Why is your kid known as a class clown?
I feel like it's a lesson on both parts, as in, like, your kid needs to learn that some people don't want to deal with that, especially on their birthday. I don't want someone up showing me on my birthday. Sorry how rude that sounds. I don't give a fuck. But in the same sense, it also teaches the other kid, like, there's going to be people in your life that you really don't fucking like, but you have to fucking put up with every now and then, and it just is what it is. Because I understand being, like, if she's the only girl in the class not invited, that's kind of shit. Like, I get that that's shit, but that's, like you said, also a lesson, like, why? Maybe, like, not that you need to change who you are or dull yourself, but, like, sometimes those lessons of, like, pick your moments more so. Like, if it's someone's birthday, maybe she just, like, I feel like a lot of people don't want to admit that would be a reason why, but, like, that's fully, like, it's your birthday. If it's a class clown,
Halloween party, sorry.
Eyes on them and stuff, or whatever the hell it is. But, like, even then, if it's a Halloween, like,
still your personal
Halloween party is one thing. Birthday party, if it was all eyes on someone else, like, I'd be pissed. Halloween party, I get, but, like, it's still, like,
it's a great learning lesson for everybody.
Of, like, you don't have to like everyone.
No.
That's fair, but, like, you have to, like, go along to get along type thing sometimes in some situations to an extent.
Yeah. And that's
but
what
it
I'm
also,
like, too.
shows, like, you have to pick your moments too. You can't just be, like, boisterous and, like, crazy loud all the fucking time. Like, no one likes that.
Absolutely. In the comment section, it was just saying, like, I couldn't imagine what it'd feel like being that kid that was, like, forced to be invited and then showed up. Like, I almost feel like that would be worse.
That's what I mean. Like,
I don't know. And, like, I get it, but she's in middle junior high. I think, like, elementary school, that's one thing. They're not, like, you don't like someone because they took your pony. In junior high school, girls start getting a little bit more catty.
It's the cattier reasons.
Exactly.
And she's annoying. She said this about me. She talked to so-and-so or whatever. Like, it starts to be the complicated era of, like...
Yeah. And what a good time, but, like, what a good time for parents maybe to come together. Like, okay... Like, I'm sure there's faults on both sides. What's going on? Let's have honest conversation. And, like, at the same time, like, she does put up with her in school, right? So it is kind of showing, like, okay, outside of work, you don't have to be around people that you don't align with either. But while you're at school and in there, you have to be professional, right? Like, you can't pick the people you work with, but you don't have to hang out with them outside of work, right? Like, you could be professional. So, like, I get both sides of it, but it's also, like, encouraging. I also, like, why don't you like her? Tell me a little bit more. Are you just saying that? Like, I think it's a good time for both parents to take a lesson learning, and, like, you're not always going to be invited to shit too, right? Like, and learning that lesson. I
immediately ran to the parent. Like, that's not the kind of mom I am. I would have been like, well, they're not invited, they don't want you there, maybe we just don't invite them to your party. Like,
100%.
I'm a petty bitch in that sense, but I'm also, like, not gonna, like, why didn't you invite my daughter? Like, throw, like, a fit. Like, you don't want my kid there? Okay, cool, that's fine. Like, that's your explanation, fine. Maybe then I'll tell my daughter, like, maybe that girl, maybe you guys just aren't going to be friends, and that's fine. Not everyone is going to be friends with you, and that's okay. And, like, that's a learning lesson. But I wouldn't immediately have gone, like, oh, I wasn't my daughter invited to this.
It was like the antipasto situation, like, TikTok.
It's very,
right?
like, high school. And if I was the mom and had some mother call and be like, I found out that Katie isn't invited to Evie's birthday party, I'd be like, okay. And be like, why? I'd be like, because Evie doesn't like your kid. Like,
yes. So I'm supposed to force
would you
my
invite
child?
me to your party if you didn't like me as an adult, just because everyone else was invited? No, because you do not enjoy my company, and that's totally fair. Yes. And I'm pretty sure it's probably vice versa. It's not like these kids were, like, best friends and, like, just disinvited and stopped. Like, I feel like parents like to make bigger issues out of things when it's kids, so I get it. But that is, honestly, that should have just been self-reflect, learning. Maybe you're just not going to be friends. Yes. Like, it is what it is. Do you want to go to someone's birthday party and give a present to someone that doesn't like you? Fuck no. Like,
and hang out with people that don't want you there. I mean,
spending money and time on someone that doesn't enjoy my company, like, fuck off.
And like I said, I get, like, preschool, elementary school. That's, you know what I mean? That's a little different. Like, everybody in the class is invited. Like, those kind of times I get this, but it seems like this was, like,
different when you have it in person and be like, well, why do you not like Chris?
Exactly.
Well, Chris hit me. Okay, well, it's not nice to hit. And then you can problem and conflict solve. But once it starts getting to the complicated age, you have to change your game up because it's a little bit harder to not. But yeah, like,
there's lessons on both
as a mom,
sides.
I wouldn't have gotten that involved in that whole.
No.
Like,
Like, okay, then we don't hang out. Let's hang out with other people. And like,
but yeah, you want to get
out.
your daughter Pity invited to a party and then have her show up. You're going to spend money on a gift for this kid. Like, what was the whole point of that? Just to like rub in the face that like you're a shitty mom for not having your daughter invite my daughter. Like,
it was weird. And at the
it's
same
kind
time,
of, yeah, that's the way I see it. It's just kind of like,
if it was
butt out.
If it was me, I would maybe talk to the mom, but like in an inquisitive,
in
like,
a way different way.
Like, hey, I get it. She wasn't invited. I know we're new. I'm just trying to understand because I'm trying to integrate my family. Is there a certain reason? And if I find out, oh my gosh, she's annoying and a class clown, okay, I'm going to sit down to her, be like, hey, you weren't invited. It sounds like you might be a little bit disruptive because of this. Like, so let's talk to it. What are you seeing? And then like maybe be an involved parent and trying to like take the lesson and also talk to that parent to be like, is this really like a thing? Like, are they being this way and being open to your kid might be the dickhead, right? Like, so
well, and also like I feel like it's a lesson, and I can already hear people like saying like, oh, but then you're just like your daughter wasn't invited to the party, and then you're gonna turn around and turn it into like, oh, well, see, it's because you're doing this. Like,
like
it's not necessarily that, but like when it comes down to certain lessons that need to be learned, unfortunately, there's gonna be like sometimes they come across as harsh. Like, it just kind of is what it is, and it's not that you mean it to. It's just I feel like we forget that some lessons in life are fucking shit
100%.
and shitty and hurt to learn, are hard to learn. It is a burn that you will feel for the rest of your life. That's what a lesson learned is.
Yes.
And yeah, like, you can only shelter your kids from so much. Nick's telling me this always, because if I had it my way, we would live in a bubble in the bush away from every fucking human being on this planet. Like, 100%. To keep my child safe and like away from harm. And like, it's just, there's a fine line between the like, that's life and that's what you have to deal with, versus having to like problem solve everything for your kids. You have to have that balance of like, some things you can actively do things about, and in this case it could be actively changing, so like maybe not being such a big character and disruption, which isn't nice to categorize your kids like energy and stuff as that, but like that's what it can be seen as, and you have to teach them that like, no, it's not necessarily a disruptance, but in some cases it's going to be seen as that, and it's not a bad thing to be. It's just you need to know when to police yourself. And that's also a good lesson. So 100%. Yeah, it's just it's honestly, that is a lesson from every angle for like everyone like that, but it sucks like, being a parent, especially Halloween, like parties and stuff, like,
and the popular thing, and I get it, but like, wouldn't you want to work it with them while they're in your home to help them emotionally regulate and understand and self-reflect?
It's your responsibility,
accountable, right? Like, wouldn't it be a great moment to be like, and have that conversation? I'm not saying maybe 11-year-old's going to figure it out, but it's like, could you see where maybe your excessive energy is not being received well? Let's maybe work to figure out how we receive it. Maybe we spend some time when we're at like school events trying to blend, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just more hands-on, and people don't want to be hands-on right now, or they don't have hands-on,
and it's the having to, like, people don't want to have hard discussions anymore. Everyone's accept everything from everyone because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings and tell them what they're feeling or what they did was not correct in that moment. Like,
or be best friends.
Feelings. So it's,
or be best friends with your kids too, right? Like, so many people want to be best friends with their children.
You want to defend, and I'm like, I'm the type of mom that would help Evie bear a body type thing. Like, you can do no wrong in my eyes, but like, that's obviously an exaggeration and a complete like fucking facetious comment. Like, obviously people, like, it's our job to keep them accountable and shit they do wrong. So yes, I will help her through anything and everything. But like, we are the ones that have to teach them right from wrong, and like
these are
things
moments
like that. So it's like, and it's not like, it's just hard. It is shit. But like you said, that has to be, people have to stop being scared of the hard conversations and just trying to like appease everyone and make everyone feel good. Sometimes some shit sucks, and you need to be able to manage that emotion just as much as the excited, happy emotions. You need to be able to manage the shit, I didn't get that job, or shit, that person doesn't like me, or my friend fucking backstabbed me, or my boyfriend broke up with me, or I lost that fucking job that I really liked. Like, all that, like, it's just, you know what I mean?
It's helping you can't mentally deal with life, and like, how do you
live on the happy
and
ignore all the shit.
Yes, you have to help them work through it, get tools, or else we're getting entitled fucking 20-year-olds that feel like
we've got enough of those in the coming generations.
We're good. I'm so done. I'm so done. Okay,
I learned something of the Gen Z stare this weekend.
What is that? What is that?
It's where, like, when they're talking to you, it's just like one of those, like, deadpan, like, they're looking at you, like, through you, and you like feel like super judged and like, hey, what did I do? Did I do something weird? Like, why are you looking at me like that? It was just this, and it was.
Am I chuggy? Am I cringy? Am I? What's the
It's
other
hard
word
to keep
the other
up,
day?
and honestly, we were talking about that, the new math and like all the new trends,
the new
and
alphabet.
The new words. Like, I'm not ready.
Have you heard the new alphabet? Like, they sing it.
Realize there was a new.
So
oh my god, the new harmony for the alphabet song. I don't even start. Don't even start me on it. I was livid. It's because kids can't differentiate LMNOP as one word or like the 5 letters that they are.
Terrifying.
I'm like, fucking teach them. My daughter said elemenopy and MNLOP and MLMNMP. Like, she said all different things, but you know what? Eventually we work out that it is LMNOP. Like, we're not fucking retarded forever, and like,
how do you not just take time to do that? And that's what just shows you how cooked we are. Like,
God, it drives me.
Because it's like, okay, so you're just gonna let that's one of the very first steps where you learn how to correct your child and how for them to take constructive criticism.
They have to learn and teach you.
Yeah, like, no, that hurts my insides. I never want to hear it again. No, don't do it.
KLMNO. I'm like, what?
No.
It was this buffoonery you present to us. How
screamed.
Dare. That's like them changing the Disney intro song.
Yeah, no.
They've done like a whole new reboot to that too, and I saw people reacting to it, and they're like, leave it alone, leave Brittany alone. Like,
this is
leave shit alone. Why do we need a new alphabet?
Stop. This is why we can't have nice things. Okay,
we're creating an honest to God generations of stupidity.
Pussies.
Like, I'm just so scared.
Fucking pussies that
we
can't.
Need to change. Like, how old is the alphabet song? Let's find this, because how long have we been having to do this?
The Mayans were right. The world ended in 2012. I'm convinced of it.
Yo, like, how old is the original alphabet song?
That's got to be like Mother Goose.
189 years old. It was first copyrighted in 1835. However, it uses a melody that dates back to much further, to a French music book from 1761.
And that's the melody. So
we poo-pooed on damn near 200 years of fucking tradition because the kids can't tell what you're saying. We learn it eventually.
Why are our kids getting stupider when we're having more education on our hands, at our fingertips?
If our education system is so great, what is going on? What is new math? We need times tables. Bring back times tables. We need taped to the corner of your desk.
And handwriting and like everything you need. Like, you don't get a computer until you're in grade 12.
I was thinking, honestly, man, elementary student I know has a laptop that they bring to school. It's crazy. Like, I was blown away. But thinking about it, the Halloween, I saw something recently. There was fentanyl disguised as like little gummies or like dinosaur candies, and I was like, all I could think of when I was reading that, I'm like, God bless the days of hiding razor blades and apples at Halloween, where like, and that was our biggest worry, is someone's putting razor blades in apples, and now there's legitimate fentanyl candy, and they're pretty big, so I can only imagine the dose you're getting. Like, it was just like, gone are the good simple days of like, I would not feel comfortable letting Evie go trick-or-treating past before the age of like 14 on her own in our own area. I wouldn't let her go at 7 and 6 like I did with friends, a big group of like 10, 12-year-olds that we all went by ourselves. Like, I would not feel comfortable doing that now because I'm scared someone's going to snatch her in their house. Like, 100%. That's the whole, you're going to strangers' doors. Like, something so innocent that we used to enjoy so wholeheartedly is just gone. It's such a shame to think that, like, now as a mom, our generations do not get to enjoy it the same way. I'll take her trick-or-treating, and like, I do love trick-or-treating with her, and we will do it fun that way, but I will never let her get to just go like we used to, and it sucks. I hate that. It's so heartbreaking, because that was, dude, that night of freedom where you get to go with your friends and get free candy from people and like all the scary stuff and like see all the costumes, and like, there was something so magical about that one night that is just, we were the last few generations to have gotten the solid giver, have fun, let
it was
loose
like fun
Halloween.
Scary. Like, it wasn't like now it's terrifying. You could be
It was exhilarating,
is
what it was. Yeah. It was like an adrenaline exhilaration of like, oh my God, we get to go outside
Adventure.
by ourselves, door to door, get all the fucking candy we want, and then go home, pile it up out of our pillowcases and like divvy it up, and then go back out, go further, get more candy. Come, like, we used to do 2, 3, 4 runs. We would 100%. Come home with piles.
And your grandparents had like the big bags of stuff, and like now we can't afford that. That's $25 just for one kid.
That's the thing. The big chocolate bars, or like
they don't
the
happen
flats
anymore.
of pop, the like toothbrushes at the dentist's house in the neighborhood was always a classic growing up, or the apple that we weren't allowed to eat because the razor blades.
There could be a razor blade in it, like, but it was just like, oh, just eat more junk food. That makes so much more sense. Like, couldn't just cut the apple up to see if it was safe or anything. Just throw them out.
Oh,
but still,
honestly,
like,
I treasure that though. Those memories. Like I said, that last year trick-or-treating, I think it was an angel. It was some like bullshit last-minute costume. Like, I remember being a cat 6 years in a row. I've been a baby when we just dressed up in pajamas to go to school. It was such a cop-out. This year, Evie is going to be Minnie Mouse, and she wants Nick and I to be Daisy and Donald Duck. So I get to somehow figure that out in the next few weeks here. I think I'm just going to get some bills. I'm going to put a bow.
Perfect.
And Nick just some... a sailor hat we have, I think. I don't know.
Figure it out. I know we still gotta figure it out.
But
I'm excited.
Costume glows in the dark. It is cute and she's so adorable, and she's so excited. She wanted to be a ninja this year. She wanted to be Bingo. She wanted to be I'm telling you, she wanted to be Elsa at one point. She wanted me to make her a Powerline costume from the Goofy movie. She wanted to be Max and Rox. When I tell you, she has changed her mind. When she landed on Ninja, I was so excited. I'm like, black tights and a black tank top with like a balaclava, or like black long sleeve. I'm like, I can do this. So I was hoping to God that would hold out. But no. We landed on the fucking $40 or $50 dress from Costco that was Minnie Mouse.
Of course. She's got, and then she'll change it. Really, what she's just trying to do is get a bunch of outfits for her tickle trunks so she could just play dress up all year round.
And she has copious amounts of those already. It's mortifying. My mother buys her dress up costumes all the time.
But and like, I agreed, but like, to me, that's one of the best, like, culture, that imagination and that like fun creativity.
And we are
I love that.
Forever in different kind of clothes and
costumes, dress ups,
all the costumes. And,
I love that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't hear her upstairs. I'm gonna check on her and see what she's doing.
Me and Grant actually are together too. So last year we were together for Halloween, and we were Beetlejuice, and we had that together, so that was good. And then we have two. Actually, this is the skirt that I'm wearing, even though no one can really see it. It's green, but it's actually inside out. It's a Ninja Turtles. So we have Ninja Turtles, and then this year we get to decide another couple's costume. I'm not sure what we're doing yet. I don't know if we want to do like one of those funny ones that's like the dill pickle and then the dough and like a dildo, or like, you know, things like that, or if we want to get like pre-made ones like from the Halloween store that
my
are like
favorite
peanut
I've
butter
seen
and jelly
is the one where it's like you use garbage bags and it's your arm out and they're like they're ostriches or whatever it was. That one was fucking
hilarious. I know, I love that.
I
love dressing up. It's fun.
I found a Powerline costume for her, and I was gonna put her in that, and then Nick and I were gonna be Max and Roxanne. But she changed her mind so quick, and I was like truly heartbroken. But we're at the good years, so I might get one good like group costume out of us next year or the next few years. And I want to do something. Like, I've thought of all the good ones. Like, this year would have been a good year to do it. I would make her Rumi, and me and Nick can be Zoe and Mira, and we'll be the K-pop demon hunters, the three of us.
I love that. Me and Grant talked about being Hulk Hogan's.
Okay, no, my vote is for Hulk Hogan's. Please be Hulk Hogan's. Please come here and trick or treat on my door as Hulk Hogan's. Drive, fly, make the please be Hulk Hogan's.
The amount of times I scream "Hell yeah, brother!" It just kind of makes sense.
I would piss my pants to see you in a mustache and a blonde wig with the bandana and the shades. Like, yes, brother. Like, Hulk Hogan's. My vote is for Hulk Hogan's.
Okay, deal. We'll do Hulk Hogan's. We were laughing so hard, both, and we're like, yes, that makes sense. We should do that. But it's just nice. Like, I get where people, like, I get the whole spiritual thing. I understand that. I'm definitely on more of a trajectory. I got a Bible. I'm definitely having my relationship with God. But I also believe that we get to have fun. And I don't think that if I decide I just don't want this demonic entities and it's just for fun, that's what it's going to be. And that, I think intentionality is everything when it comes to Halloween. And I know we've talked about the reasonings behind it and all that, and like, I don't want to get into that. We've done that already. I think it should be whatever you want it to be. And if you're a whimsical person, be a whimsical fucking person on Halloween.
It's one of our few whimsical holidays. Like,
Easter's
don't take one thing you get to like do the Easter bunny and eat, but this is the only like fun. That's why I like it so much. It's the only like designated fun. It's not it is family, but it's not designated for like togetherness like Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that. But it's the one fun holiday that we get besides like 4th of July, Jesus, we're not Canada Day
we
and like
4th
stuff
of
like
July
that, you know.
too.
But
yes,
like,
it's individuality.
It's that's like, and it's the most not childlike, but it's most like child involved and like getting to be like a kid again and dressing up and getting to be silly.
And that's what possibilities, like unlimited. Every year there's new ones. Like every year I'm like so excited to see what the horrors are gonna dress like. I'm so excited to see what the couples are gonna dress like. The kids and like the creative people that build like fucking dragons with like smoke coming out of them.
I'm still mad. There's one dad, I've talked about him before, I'm sure. He was this little firefighter dude, and his dad walks up our sidewalk in this massive cardboard box he painted as a burning building. Oh my gosh. And from that day on, Nick and I said, if a guy ever comes up to our door like that again in some elaborate costume with his cute little kid, they get a beer.
Oh, you're getting a bottle of wine or some shit like
that. You get a beer from the fridge to walk, because he came up with one of those deadpan faces like, I'm fucking doing this. And his son is like 3, and he's got this cute little cardboard like fire truck, and he walks up, trick or treat, and he's like so cute, and the dad just looks like,
I want to kill myself.
Okay, like, fuck.
That's a good dad, though, right? Like,
and that's why Nick and I, you get beers.
Yeah, 100%.
At our house.
Yeah, I love it. I'm so excited. Like, I've got the house, like, I've already got the basement decorated, so the girls in class, I already had it, like, orange and purple. I've got all the, like, cheesecloth down there, and then I'm going to bring it outside. Some of it's outside. I've got my fall stuff, slowly leaking some of the Halloween stuff out. And then we're doing like a Halloween decoration pumpkin night next weekend. Well, it'll be 2 weeks by the time this airs. But I just love it. I just think you make it what it is. And going over these stories, you can make it as scary if you like scary. I don't. I like the whimsical, fun, dress up, like theater kid aspect of Halloween. That's just my personal. But you can. I truly
think this year I'm doing it a bit different. I might buy candy and bring it with us and hand out while we're walking with Evie, because we're not going to be home.
That's a great idea.
And we don't have kids, so we stay home. My parents are one of them was gonna sit down and the other could come trick-or-treating, but I think I'm gonna get them all to come over. My dad and stepmom can carry the bags of candy and give them out to kids as we walk, and Evie can collect her own, because that's the only thing too, is we were trying to figure out how the hell we're supposed to hand out candy and collect candy. So we're gonna make a new tradition and see if we can start that, because it is, you make it what it is. And like you said, I struggle with it now because it's a candy holiday and I don't necessarily need that much candy in either of our lives. But like I said, it's the big fun kid holiday, and it's at the end of the year, and what tends to be like kind of the start of the depressing part of our year in Canada, as it is just cold as all balls. So it's a good one. This Christmas and Thanksgiving are my favorite holidays, because it's happiness in what is otherwise known as like the depression season for Canada.
Yeah, the sad season for the next 5 months that hate our lives. And no, I totally agree. And I think it's whatever you make it, right? If you hate it, then don't. Yeah. And I also will say, all the single girlies and man out there, it's our jobs. Like, these kids come out, parents need the single families.
This is when you get to have fun
This is when I get to shine, man. I'm like, okay, parents,
this is when you get to be an honorary aunt to your uncle for the night.
Exactly. And do you know how rewarding it is to see the parents at the bottom of the stairs looking at me going, thank you. Thank you for decorating. Thank you for dressing up. Thank you for doing this for the kids. So, like, even if it's just a handful of pumpkins or purchase stuff, like, I like making my own stuff. I'm, as a past photographer, like, I need that creative. So I like to do that. But you don't have to. You could literally just put a couple pumpkins out and put, like, a little ear thing on, or you don't have to.
It's really, like,
it's just being
that's
there.
What people think, like, gets so overly complicated. I had to remind myself this time, too, is, like,
you don't have to.
I wanted to do so much, and we have a big tree bush in our front yard, so I wrapped
that with she said.
Right, with fake spider webbing, which $6.99. Shout out to Canadian Tire, because it covered way more than I thought it would, and it's crazy. And then I stuck a spider on that. We bought a big 6-foot like human-sized skeleton that I'm going to pose up every year differently, and it's got a cat and a dog skeleton Evie picked up from the dollar store to go with it. And we're just gonna do that, because you don't have to overcomplicate it. That, and like,
I do, because I love to. Not like,
I got this small stretch of this weird Christmas wreath that I don't know where it came from, but I put that along our mailbox, and then put another little mini skeleton perched on him.
See?
Ta-da!
Done.
Fucking ta-da!
You can use it all. And the dollar store has
the pumpkins
so
we decorate.
Much.
Like, it's just easy.
And pumpkins, like, even that, you can, like, I did this last year, and I got it again this year, so I'm gonna Mod Podge some stuff on my white pumpkin.
Hell yeah.
Right? Like, there's so many things you can do, and it's so fun, and I just want people to, like, let it go a little bit and have a good time. And like,
Yeah.
just, it is what you want it to be with your intention. You want to have fun, have fun. You want to stay home and shut the lights out and be a Grinch, do whatever the fuck you want. But this is your last opportunity to be whimsical and fun before it gets cold in Canada. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, be a kid for a change
For
and just enjoy yourself.
And let kids be kids and try to embrace this creativity, especially adult kids. If they're coming out, hey, they're not partying and drinking. They're not doing stuff. They're trying to hold on to their little ounce of youth left. Let them, okay? Let them. And just have fun with your kids. Oh, perfect timing, love. Hi. Happy Thanksgiving. And happy Halloween on this episode. Ooh.
Are you excited for Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna tell Brandy what you're gonna be?
Minnie.
Nice. I can't wait to see pictures.
What's Mommy gonna be?
Daisy.
What's Daddy gonna be?
Donald.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see your guys' beaks.
And Brandy, what's your costume can it be as?
I'm Kermit the Frog. Do you see my eyes?
Kermit the Frog. Is she so silly?
And you want to see?
Yes.
No, it's fine.
Oh, no.
We'll take pictures and send Brandy a picture of your costume,
please.
okay?
Yeah, we'll add it for everyone to see your adorable costume. This is such a fun episode, Hells. Thanks for coming back for season 10.
Dude, I love it. Those scary stories, I'm glad we only had to read.
I know. I was like, I think
the
I'm
other
good
one was
now.
too much, and then
good.
I didn't read the last one because it's scary. This was too much.
I'm good. We're good. We nailed it. This is an amazing episode. I love having you back.
I like that it lined up the bully when we were talking about the bully. Like, that was just like chef's kiss.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I want to do one more if you're down for the end of 2025 is do the same thing but for Christmas. I think that would be really fun to do that. And we
Christmas
can go through.
stories are the best.
They're the
stories.
best.
We could get some juicy Am I the Assholes from
Exactly.
that.
That's what I thought. I was
what
like,
we could aim for, just Christmas versions of Am I the Asshole.
Exactly. And it will air the 26th of December, so the day after Christmas. So it's perfect. So we'll get together in another month to do that, and we'll catch up on how your Halloween was, and then talk about the Christmas. But this was really amazing. Thank you for coming back and sharing all that and researching again. And just always being here, man. Because like
I will always. I don't know what this is. I apologize to everyone having to watch this, but it's very weird. She's been like sucking on my chin lately. It's very odd. But yeah, honestly, I'm down. Christmas, Halloween.
It's our favorite. It's already.
I'm there.
I'm there. I love it. Well, I appreciate you. Bye, little love. Thanks, guys, for listening.
Say bye, Brandy.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for listening. I truly appreciate the support. If you like this episode and you want to hear more, please follow the Be Real Babe podcast on Spotify, Apple, and Rumble. You can also find me at the Be Real Babe podcast on TikTok and Instagram. Until next time, guys. Bye!